Hello children, how are you? I hope you all are doing well. So children, do you remember all the concepts of grammar that we've learned in the previous years? Right. So now you know what we are doing is we are doing a revision. Okay, and we are looking at them in more detail. Okay, so let's talk about primary auxiliaries and modals in this chapter. So, hello kids, we know that it is impossible to frame meaningful sentences without the use of auxiliary or helping verbs. Okay, so we know that it is not possible without these auxiliaries to form any sentence. It will not make any sense. Auxiliary verbs are of two kinds, primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries. Okay, now what are the primary auxiliaries? These primary auxiliaries, okay, be and have, they are needed to help the main verb in the present and past tenses. The primary auxiliary do is needed in the formation of negative and interrogative sentences in the simple present and simple past tenses, etc. The different forms of primary auxiliaries are be verbs like am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been, okay. Have verbs like has, have, had, having. Do verbs like do, does, did, doing. So ये जो primary auxiliaries है आप देखोगे कि ज़्यादा करके हमारे sentences में we have these words, okay, like be, have, am, is, are, okay, have, had. तो ये हम काफ़ी हद तक यूज़ करते हैं. And these are called helping verbs. Okay, they are also, primary auxiliaries are also called helping verbs. Because what they do is they help the principal, that is the main clause, okay, main verb, to form tense, negatives and interrogative sentences. तो ये अलग अलग टाइप के sentences बनाने में हमारी help करते हैं. However, if they stand alone in a sentence, they also take the position of principal verbs. Okay, for example, I am writing a letter. Here, helping verb am helps the main verb writing. So, अगर हम उनको individually use करते हैं तो वो verb की help करते. Okay, like I am writing a letter. तो यहाँ पे आप देखोगे helping verb am किसको help कर रहा है? Main verb क्या है? Write. Okay, I am a boy. So here the primary auxiliary am performs as the main verb. Clear? Now, I have taken my meal. Have is a helping verb. Okay. Now, I taken my meal. Will it make sense? No. I have taken my meal. I have a book. I a book does not make sense. So I have a book. यहाँ पे have बन जाता है main या principal verb. Okay. Now let's look at the modal auxiliaries. Modal auxiliaries or modals are used to express the mood or attitude of the speaker, to express ability, possibility, permission, obligation, etc. Modal auxiliaries, they do not change their form with the person or number of the subject. The important modal auxiliaries are can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, ought to, used to, etc. तो यहाँ पे जो है in modal auxiliaries, it does not change. तो उसका form नहीं change होता है with the number or with the person. Okay, it stays the same. Should ही use होता है. Okay, let's look at the functions to understand this better. Functions of modal auxiliaries. Okay, let's look at can. Can is used to express ability. Okay, I can drive a car. I am able to drive a car. I can drive a car. He can speak French. To give or ask for permission. You can take rest now. Can you see the elephants in the distance? To express possibility. The sky is cloudy. It can rain tonight. Such things can happen if you are not careful. With verbs of perception. Can you hear the birds sing? I can feel your sorrow. Okay, so these are different ways, okay, different types of sentences where we use the word can. Okay, now could. Could is used to express ability in the past. I could solve all the questions. I was able to solve all the questions. she could not learn how to swim. To express conditional ability, she could dance better if she was not tired. If I had wings, I could fly. We also use could to seek permission or help. Could you lend me your book? Or could we sit here, please? So, children, when we use this word could, okay, as it is mentioned in the note, could is more formal and more polite than can. And it is used while talking to elders, teachers, strangers, etc. So, when you use word could, it gives a different impression. It shows that you are very polite and very kind. Okay. Next comes may. May is used to ask for permission or grant permission. May you allow me, madam, to sit on my seat? Okay. Yes, you may sit now. So, may is more formal than can. Okay. If we say, may I come in, ma'am? That sounds more formal than when we say, can I come in, ma'am? No. So, may is more formal. Clear? To express possibility. Our science teacher may come back today from Delhi. It is cloudy. Take your umbrella because it may rain today. So, this is a possibility. Okay. The teacher coming back, okay, is a possibility. The rain is a possibility. To express a wish, hope or pray. May God bless you and your children, or may your wishes be granted. So, this is like a wish or hope or a prayer. Might. Might is the past tense form of may. It is used to express a weak possibility or when the chances of happening of an event are rare. He might be selected for the auditions, though he did not practice much. So, this is a weak possibility that he might be selected. My brother might go to Mumbai next week. Okay, so there are chances that it may happen or it may not happen. Those chances are very rare. Shall. Shall is used to express the simple future with the first person pronouns like I and we. I shall finish the task by evening today. We shall be playing a friendly match tomorrow. With the second person pronoun you and third person pronouns he, she, it, they to express firm determination, promise or command. I am sure you shall get your money by tomorrow. He shall speak the truth, no matter who is punished. Okay. In questions, suggestions or offers. You look tired. Shall we carry this heavy bag for you? Okay. So, note, earlier, shall was used with the first person pronouns and will with the second and third person pronouns. But in modern English, the two are used interchangeably. So, पहले तो ऐसे था कि shall I के साथ use होता है and will was being used by the second and third person like you, he, she and all. But now they can be used interchangeably depending on the sentence. Okay. Should. Should is used to give advice or suggestion or to express criticism. We should obey the laws. You should keep your promise. You should see a doctor immediately. Okay. Will. We use will with the first person pronoun I or we to express willingness or emphasis. I'll certainly help you. We'll inform you our decision in an hour. To express determination or promise, especially with the first person pronouns like I and we. I will come to you whether it rains or not. So, it is a determination कि बारिश हो या ना हो, मैं वहाँ पे पहुँच जाऊँगी. Clear? We will complete this work by the end of this week. Okay? So, it's a promise that we will complete this work by the end of this week. To express a polite request in a question form. Will you like to join us for the lunch? Will you help me ride this horse? It is too tall. So, here it's a polite request or a question. To express future time. Will you come to see me tomorrow? Rakesh will be 14 on his next birthday. I shall go first to the market and then to the doctor. So, here we are using interchangeably, we are using shall and will. Okay. to talk about future time. Would. Would is used to express a polite request. Would you please help me carry this box? To express a habitual action in the past. He would eat every vegetable in his childhood, but now he's very choosy. Okay? To express probability. That would be the milkmaid. She normally comes at this time. Okay? So these are words which can express polite request. Okay? Politely हम लोग request करते तो हम will के जगह हम use करते हैं would. So it sounds more polite. Okay? कोई habit होती है किसी to express a habit. Okay? Action of the past. So he would. तो हम बता रहे कि he would eat vegetables in his childhood, but now he's become very choosy. Okay? और या फिर probability. Now, must. Must is used to show obligation and necessity and prohibition. We must obey the traffic rules. She must weep or she will die. Okay? So, it is like an obligation. या ज़रूरत है. Okay? Okay? या prohibition. या उसने नहीं करना चाहिए. So, this is when the word must is used. To express probability and prohibition. The grass is all wet. It must have rained. Okay, so we are not sure why the grass is wet. So probably it must have rained. You must not go near the fire. Okay, ought to. Ought to is used to express moral obligation or desirability. We ought to obey our elders. We ought to leave now or we will miss the train. So must is a stronger form than ought to. Okay, used to. It is used to express a discontinued habit. Okay, पहले हम करते थे, we used to do it, but now we no longer do this particular thing. I used to run long distances when I was a boy. My granny used to tell me stories when I was a child. तो मुझे वो पहले stories बोलती थी, बताती थी, but अभी नहीं बताती. Clear? Be smart. Take the correct modal auxiliary given in the brackets. I assist you handle these sheep. Okay? Should I assist you handle these sheep? He can come, but I should be surprised. Okay? I carry the box into the house for you. Shall I carry the box into the house for you? Okay, now likewise you have to do the remaining ones. Take the sentences which is more polite in these pairs of sentences. Could you open the window? Would you mind opening the window? So, the second one sounds more polite. Could you repeat what you said? Will you repeat what you said? So, the first one, could you repeat what you said? It sounds more polite. Can you tell me your name? May I know who is calling? So, the second one, may I know who is calling, sounds more polite. Alright. So, children, you can start inculcating them in your speaking habits. Okay. Now, fill in the blanks with appropriate modals choosing from the brackets. If I dash like to ask you for your autograph, said the young boy to the famous actor. Okay. If I'm allowed to, I would like to ask you for your autograph, said the young boy to the famous actor. Rani said that we should carry blankets with us. She could also lend us some. Okay, try and guess. Your mother might have given you some hint. Okay, so likewise you have to do the remaining ones. Alright, change these imperative sentences into assertive form. Use should or shouldn't, must or ought to. Eat wisely and in a timely fashion. Okay, you should eat wisely and in a timely fashion. Okay, weigh yourself from time to time. You ought to weigh yourself from time to time. Alright, so likewise you have to do the remaining ones. Write what you should say in these situations. One has been done for you. You want a cup of tea? Ask your mother. Mother, give me a cup of tea, please. Your friend is late for school today. You wonder why. I wonder why he is late for school today. You do not know how to do the sum. Ask your teacher for help. Ma'am, could you please help me with this sum? Alright, so likewise you have to do the remaining ones. But before you do the remaining ones, what do you have to do? You have to reread the chapter and then accordingly answer all the exercises. Alright, so get going children.